The following segments are based off an idea we did not come up with. We really enjoyed the idea and thought it would be fun to use as a way to introduce the various people and groups in the esports program at Colorado College. This idea consists of asking our esports members a series of questions while they eat progressively hotter chicken nuggets. Enjoy. And as a gentle reminder, you don't have to eat the whole nugget if you don't.
No, I'm not a coward.
Okay. Again, just extending the invitation.
I'm Luke Rousseau. My tag is Katsu with an exclamation point. I play Smash. I'm on the Smash team, and I am the captain of the Pokemon team, though I'm probably not the best person on the team. And I'm a big fan of RPGs.
Okay, so I'm Luke Dallas, but no one calls me by my real name. They call me Robin, which is why I bought this hoodie. I play Smash. My tag is Cheeky. You can follow me on Twitter at It's Just Cheeky. Please follow me on Twitter. I have no self-esteem. And I'm on the Pokemon team. I've played Pokemon for far too long. And I also like RPGs. Right now, I am currently playing Octopath Traveler, and I'm really hyped for Bravely Default 2, which was the only good thing that came out of the Game Awards. Oh wait, we're freshmen. We forgot to mention that.
Oh yeah, we're freshmen.
In your eyes, what is esports? And when you came to CC, was it as you expected?
Cheers.
So, esports, and I've been asked this question a lot because where I grew up, people were kind of the mindset that esports weren't real sports. And while I agree with that on the level that's not like a physical activity, it's definitely a competitive environment. And it's not, just because it isn't a conventional sport doesn't mean it shouldn't be treated as not a valid form of competition. That being said, the esports program here is very different than I expected. There's definitely, well, for one, it's a lot more casual than I thought it would be. Like the existence of the event space, which is, to my knowledge, new this year, is not something I envisioned when I came to CC, and I'd say I've been pleasantly surprised by my experience. It's been very positive overall.
I guess esports to me is just like video games competitively. I didn't necessarily grow up in an area where it's considered to be not a sport. I grew up in an area where it didn't exist. So, there's no negative bias from people I know. It's just sort of like, oh yeah, I guess that's a thing that exists. But at CC, it's a lot more developed than I anticipated, really. And then when I toured CC for the first time, I saw the Smash team, and I figured, hey, may as well try it and see how that goes. And so far, it's been great. Can't say anything bad about it, really. The event space is awesome. It's nice to have friends over and just chill there sometimes. And the varsity space, even though Smashing doesn't really go in there very much, is a more quiet place to just play games when you need to.
What we're going to do with the use of visual aid is you're going to describe competitive Pokemon to me.
Okay. That's kind of mad tasty. All competitive Pokemon can be described by a cycle, which I've established. Here, you want me to zoom in? Here, can you see this? Okay. So, the first step is your brain's small and you're stupid, right? And then you get better at the game and your brain's big. But the issue with that is because of the way Pokemon works, because of how mind game focused it is. When your brain's big, your brain's actually small. And when your brain's small, your brain's actually big. The only way to escape the cycle is to make jank. That works. For reference, the current champion, the last world champion, decided that he would take a Dragonite, which is a Pokemon that is loved by fans, but it's not particularly good or anything. And he would take a move called Tailwind, which is also decent, but not really that good, and he would put them together, and it worked. And then previously there would have been Mega Evolutions and Z moves on here, which were good gameplay mechanics, but they're gone now because Sword and Shield took everything good and got it away, and now we just have big Pokemon. I'm not bitter. Are you bitter? Because I'm not bitter.
In Gen 8, the current gen, competitive Pokemon is a little bit of a mess right now. So I decided to draw Dracovish used Fishious Rend, and as you can see, it one-hit KO'd this Toxapex.
For reference, Toxapex is the best defensive Pokemon in the game.
Yes,
And
well,
also
in OU anyway.
And also, the move that Dracovic is using here is not very effective against Toxapex.
Yes, it's not very effective.
All you need to know about Fishious Rend, right, is in a game where like a move called Hyper Beam, which is like one of the strongest attacking move previously was called Explosion, right? It had a base power of 250, and as a trade-off for it, you would die because it was a self-sacrifice move. Fishious Rend has a power effectively of 573. And the drawback is you win the game. Wait, that's not a drawback.
The drawback is it's only that high when you're faster than your opponent. If you're not faster, it's only like...
It's only 280.
Yeah.
Because we've had such a wonderful discussion on competitive Pokemon, let's talk about Dynamax.
Ooh.
So, Josh, you make me angry.
What is your opinion on the new feature, Dynamax?
So basically, Mega Evolutions and Z moves were both taken out, and instead of something unique and fun, stuff just gets big. And sometimes like certain Pokemon have different Gigantamax forms, which is like special Dynamax.
They just get bigger.
They get bigger, but like if your Garbodor for whatever reason has a Gigantamax form,
Garbodor, for our uninitiated viewers, is a Pokemon that is a pile of trash with eyes and a mouth.
That's it. It's just a pile of trash. And for some reason it has like broken boat parts in it. Like,
yeah, there's an entire boat in it.
Yeah, it's just there. We also have an apartment building Gigantamax Pokemon, which is a dragon type for some reason. Aside from these Gigantamax forms, any Pokemon can Dynamax, in which case they just get big. They get like something like 2.5 times their max HP, and no other stat increases, and their moves do different stuff. But all their stat moves turn into like status moves, which are not attacking moves, turn into this thing called Max Guard. And that they just protect you, that's it. You can't use status moves. Which makes no sense to me, but basically Pokemon get big, moves get kind of stronger, you can boost your stats sometimes. That's Dynamax. This is what we traded Mega Evolution for. And Z moves.
So basically, right, what if we decided to take Mega Evolution, which gave old or like bad Pokemon new designs, which were really cool, and allowed for more versatile strategies at the expense of having an item slot occupied by an item that would enable Mega Evolution? What if we took that really cool mechanic, right? Then what if we took Z moves, which again, at the cost of an item slot, would enable you to use a very powerful version of a move of the corresponding type of the crystal, which would either boost your stats or deal lots of damage. What if we took those two mechanics, right? Along with half the Pokemon currently in the game, and we just removed them. And in exchange, we decided to let you make your Pokemon big for no cost.
Oh yeah, only 3 turns.
Only 3 turns.
What does Pokemon look like in terms of an esport? Or like what competitions are there for Pokemon?
For the first year after a game is released, Nintendo has events called VGC. It's all doubles, and they're regional tournaments. It goes up to the national level, and correct me on this, but I don't think there's a prize pool.
There is.
There is? Oh.
Yeah, but it's like a fucking Pokemon. Like, for example, you know what you win? You win a Pikachu with a completely useless move called Celebrate.
That's what he got?
Yeah.
For winning nationals? All right. So yeah, that.
This one's slapping the back of my throat, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah. I'm feeling it now, Mr. Krabs. So for the new game, Nintendo is having an online ranked leaderboard, which they haven't really done in previous games, so that's good. The prizes is like stuff to make your Pokemon better, is how I'm gonna put it. But like,
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go into detail. But still, like, as a competitive esport in terms of competition, rather than how the structure is, sorry, I don't think it's particularly good.
Yeah.
Like, if we're comparing it to like other strategy games of a similar archetype, I guess, like, I think card games have a lot more depth than Pokemon does. Pokemon is a lot of fun because you can play around with team composition a lot, and there's a lot of depth in like team synergy, countering other teams, but at the end of the day, it goes back to the brain small, brain big jank cycle, and there's a lot more depth in other strategy games.
Yeah.
And this is coming from someone that loves Pokemon.
Both of us love the game to death. But that cycle, as much as I want to call it a joke, that's exactly how the game works out 80% of the time. That's just it. The other 20% of the time, both of you are on the same level. I think Pokemon, like as a game itself, is really fun to play competitively because there's so much strategy involved, so many mind games. As a competitive esport, no. If you want to play Pokemon competitively, go to play.pokemonshowdown.com.
Something like that.
Something like that. That's where you're going to get the best Pokemon online experience.
It's actually pretty good, truth be told.
No, it is. You can skip the grinding, you can just play Pokemon. It's just strategy.
We're going to transition a little bit into some Smash stuff. So, of course,
Awesome.
to begin, what better way to transition than to try and draw your main and then explain to me why you like them so much.
This guy's actually an artist, so I don't know.
I'm not going to draw something good.
Okay, I figured.
Ooh, I'm going to feel this. I'm feeling it now. Okay, this is Robin.
I was actually trying to draw my character.
This is my character. This right here is what I call a pal. It's a perfect Arcfire ledge guard. If I get it right, and you're here, and the Arcfire, which is the fire here, lands here, you lose. Your stock is gone. Your character is deceased. If I don't, then, well, whatever. But, oh Christ, Jesus. I should have eaten something today. Robin is a character that I like a lot because Awakening is my favorite game. I'm wearing a hoodie that's like Robin's coat. And Robin plays a lot like, kind of like a sortie, but also like a zoner. And you can switch between the two playstyles very well. You also have some setup mechanics in that when you're done, like, you only have certain amounts of uses of your items, of your abilities. And then when they're done, you get like the spell tome or the sword that you just finished using. And you can use it as an item now and like throw it at people or get combos, and it's really sick. Not many people play this character, surprisingly, because he has a very high skill cap and a very high skill floor, is the other thing. Like, you can't just come in and start playing Robin day one and expect to be doing well. Because it's a lot of resource management, keeping track of yourself as well as your opponent. Robin has a miserable disadvantage state, but he has the most addictive advantage state in the entire game.
For the camera. So the thing, this is Duck Hunt Duo, not Duck Hunt Dog. Anyone that says Duck Hunt Dog can
Perish.
Yes. Anyways, so the main point of playing Duck Hunt the character is not about having like two fighters in one. Because like, for this character it doesn't really mean anything. It's the other thing I drew. It's the can. So the can, it's the only thing in the entire game that you can use, like, that you can control independently of your character at any time. You can control it during anything, like even when you're getting hit, doesn't matter. The catch is, it can only move in one angle. That being said, you can mix up that angle a lot by hitting the can, and there's a lot of tech that you can do, or techniques, I guess, that you can learn to maneuver the can better. And overall, it's, in my opinion, one of the most fun mechanics, if not the most fun mechanic in the game. Duck Hunt's really fun, that's why I made him.
Because there's 72 characters in the game, what is character number 73 that you would like if you could add any character?
Okay.
Before you start.
I see. Is this like honey? This looks like it's honey.
It's garlic.
This is hot, but it's gonna hurt like hell. Ooh, there we go.
Well, as you can see from my attire, what I want most is an anime character. And I have several ideas for this, but none of them are possible, so I'll be skipping over that. You know what, you go first, because I know your answer.
Okay, so there's two that I want. And I don't necessarily want both, I just want one or the other. And these are either Phoenix Wright from the Ace Attorney series, or Dante from Devil May Cry. Devil May Cry is a series that's near and dear to my heart because it's one of the first games I ever played, and DMC 5 came out this year. It's a fantastic game, won Best Action Game of the Year, and rightfully so. The game is amazing. And playing that game made me really think, man, I want to play Dante in a fighting game. And he's in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, but that game's dead. Like, and he's in Infinite too, but we don't talk about Infinite. Then I realized Dante could probably be in Smash, because Bayonetta's in Smash, and they play fundamentally fairly similar. Like, Dante would have his 4 different styles: Gunslinger, Trickster, Royal Guard, and Swordmaster. And then Dante's whole thing is he has this whole big arsenal of weapons that would change depending upon like which set you're in, which moves you're using. And then Phoenix Wright I went in because he's also been in another fighting game, and I think it would be hilarious if a lawyer from a Japanese visual novel got into Smash Bros. Before Master Chief, before Doom Guy, before Sora. Like, it would just be the funniest thing to me. And also, I just love the Ace Attorney series. It's great.
So I don't get anything like that, but I have a few things that I think could be pretty cool. So for another Echo Fighter, I just remembered Funky Kong. There's no reason for him not to be in Smash. I want Funky Kong in Smash, please Nintendo. And I also think, unironically, it would be really cool if there was like an indie game character in Smash, like one of the 2017 through 2019 indie games that was really popular. I want something that like a game with in somewhat different movement and mechanics. Because Hollow Knight felt really good to me as just a play. The weapons were nice, the abilities were nice, the movement felt really nice, and it's probably not going to happen, but it would be sick. Are these the hottest two?
These are the hottest two.
Can I get a refill on the milk? Or
Yeah.
is that not allowed?
No, you can definitely
All right.
take as much milk as you require.
Rother, please pass the booth.
What other games do you guys enjoy outside of Smash and Pokemon?
You see, I can't feel anything from this immediately, and that scares me. Oh, there we go.
Oh, the milk didn't even do anything, it just made it worse.
Oh, you're right.
All right,
Okay,
I'm just going to start talking.
please.
Both of us there's this one franchise both of us like a lot called Persona.
Persona
Like,
3. Very good game.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I haven't actually played as much Persona. In fact, I haven't even finished one game. It's still one of my favorite games of all time, though. Like, I only started Persona 5 because I got hyped when Joker got announced, and it's one of my favorite games. I love the JRPG style.
Okay. I think I'm through the worst of it. Okay, so as Luke said, Persona, we both like Persona a lot. He likes Persona 5 because that's when he's played the most so far. I think gameplay-wise Persona 5 is the best, but story-wise Persona 3 is like my absolute favorite. But beyond that franchise, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is another one that I played. It's really good. Like, it's got great characters, great gameplay, great plot, everything you could ask for. I guess I like Fire Emblem.
Yeah,
a little bit.
A little bit.
Just a bit. I only have like 3,000 hours on Awakening, so I like it a bit, I guess.
I feel like you two are going to be the most well-versed in terms of video games that came out this year. So, in the midst of video games awards, what is your video game of 2019?
Cheers.
Is that what you were gonna ask us?
Yeah.
Yeah, that wouldn't have gone.
This doesn't taste like food. This tastes like medicinal alcohol, but dry.
There were a lot of great games this year, and I definitely enjoyed all the ones I did try to an extent. I just think I've gotten the most out of Smash. It's got my game of the year. Sorry for being boring.
So, Smash Ultimate is a good game. I like it a lot. Not my choice for game of the year. So let's go over some games that came out this year, right?
Yeah?
Devil May Cry 5, Ace Attorney Collection, Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Didn't play any of those. I had to say it. I'm sorry.
Taste bad, bottom text. So, I mean, look, I was happy with Three Houses polling. I think Three Houses won everything that it should have won, being completely honest. I don't think it's Game of the Year. I think oh Christ, there's a second wave. Okay. Of all the games that I played this year and really thoroughly enjoyed, I do think Devil May Cry 5 should have been Game of the Year. Because you have to understand the DMC franchise is blessed with good reception, but cursed with bad gameplay. DMC 1 at the time was fantastic. DMC 2 is and has always been garbage. And then DMC 3 came along. That's like the Devil May Cry everyone knows. If you know Devil May Cry, it's probably Dante's Awakening. Devil May Cry 4 came out in 2008. Let that sink in. The time between DMC 4 and DMC 5 was 11 years. And there was a terrible reboot that we will never discuss in between. DMC 4's gameplay was bad. And then DMC 5 rolls along with the most bumping soundtrack of the year, right? Some of the best gameplay in an action game ever. And sustainable, like, the modding scene is actually really active, surprisingly. There are mods that you play every mission in co-op. There are mods that, like, for weapon skins, there's Bloody Palace, it has the fights against all, like, well, if you know anything about Devil May Cry lore, there's a specific person that Dante fights a lot in Devil May Cry 3. That's like one of the best fights in the series, and you get to fight them again in Devil May Cry 5 without spoiling too much. And everything is so amazing about that game.
Well, congratulations. Before I sign this all off or turn off the camera, are there any last comments you'd like to say before we sign off here?
Follow me on Twitter, @It'sJustShiki.
Follow me on Twitter @KatsuEP, because I can't put an exclamation point in the Twitter @
Yes.
Anime Good Phantom PF.
Understood.